Good morning. This presentation is called How to Start and Run Your Own Business, Part 1, brought to you by Good Deeds Africa. It is part of our How to Business series. The business world, your business, and everything else. Business is tough. Running a business is hard. There's so much to do to set it up, so much to do to keep it up and going, and then so much to do to push it to the next level and the next and keep it going and growing successfully. So you have to be a tough person to be able to start and run a successful business. Now, running a business in Nigeria, Lagos in particular, is even tougher because there are a number of challenges in the environment generally and in the business environment. You have infrastructure challenges such as unsteady power and water supply, transportation challenges such as bad roads and traffic, unstable foreign exchange rates which affects imports and exports, and so on. Even just registering your business with the Corporate Affairs Commission can take more time and more headache than you bargained for. Now, do you really want to start your own business? Life is difficult. This is a great truth, one of the greatest truths. It is a great truth because once we truly see this truth, we transcend it. Once we truly know that life is difficult, once we truly understand and accept it, then life is no longer difficult. Because once it is accepted, the fact that life is difficult no longer matters. Dr. M. Scott Peck, from The Road Less Traveled, a fantastic book which I highly recommend. So now that we know life is difficult, it is what it is and we deal with it. And we know now that starting and running your business is probably one of the toughest things you will do in your life, but you still want to do it, so let's get on with it. Basic definitions. Before we start, I think it's helpful and important to state some basic definitions. A business is a going concern that is able to create a market repeatedly for sustained economic success. A product or service is what the business is trying to sell to its customers. A market is created when a seller finds a buyer to trade his or her product or service in exchange for money. The business is the seller and the customers are the buyers. Products and services can also be traded in exchange for other products and services, as in trade by barter, or as goodwill or compensation. We will be focusing on the exchange of products or services for money in this presentation, but as a business, you should also build goodwill as part of your excellent customer service. We'll talk more about that later. Your target market are the group of people who you think or know will need or want your product or service and will actually buy it. They are your potential customers. When you sell to your customers, they give you money in exchange for your products or services. The total amount of money they give you is called income or revenue, money coming in. However, the amount of money you actually make from the business is less because you have to take out the expenses of running the business, which includes the cost of the goods sold, money going out. This is why you can have a lot of money in revenue, but the business loses money because your expenses are higher than your revenue. Time is also an important factor. The time period in which revenue is generated and the expenses are made have to be the same to be able to gauge how much money you really made in that time. Comparing revenue to expenses over different time periods is of no value. Time periods used in business are usually monthly, quarterly, annually, but some business owners also focus on daily and weekly. The business environment changes over time, and so do your customers' tastes and preferences. So what works now may not work later, and you have to be alert to predict and be ready for the changes. Successful long-term businesses are able to continuously reinvent themselves and their products and services to adapt to their customers' tastes and needs and the changes in the economy and the business environment. You will need money to start your business. The amount of money you need will depend on what your business is, who its target market is, and what is needed to set it up. But you will need money, so make sure you have a reasonable amount to kick off with, and if possible, you have access to more when you need it. I think you can start a business in Nigeria for as little as 100,000 naira, maybe even less. A feasibility study. Now, what will you sell? What is needed? Who needs it? The more successful products and services are those that fulfill a need or a desire. And the first step to starting and running your own business that I highly recommend is to do a feasibility study. You should find out if what you want to sell has a market and confirm what that market is. Sometimes we assume that because we have the idea, of course it will be successful. That reminds me somewhat of the dot-com boom, when the traditional brick-and-mortar businesses thought that if they just built a website, people would automatically go to it and buy their products and services. But that was not the case, and a lot of them learned the hard and painful way, with some even going under because they had invested so much in the website development and technology. An easy way to do a feasibility study is to develop the product or service and test it with your family and friends. What do they think? Will they buy it? See if they will buy it and not just promise. We need hard currency, not sweet promises, if we are to have a successful business. A feasibility study will help you confirm the value of your product or service and who its real target market is. When starting your business, I recommend being very prudent with money, because you will spend money, so try to do as much of the business tasks as you can yourself. And where you cannot, like legal services, accounting, website design, hire a skilled person. Don't pay for mediocre work, which ends up spoiling your brand and reputation before you've even started. One of the characteristics of a successful business person is that you are able to pick good, skilled, and dedicated people to work with. Develop your market. Once you have confirmed the value of the product and service and that there is a market, let's start. Let's start building your own business. There are quite a few aspects of starting and then running a successful business, but every one of them should be done for sustainability. The critical thing is to develop your market quickly so you validate your product and services. You can start developing your customer base with loyal and repeat customers, and you have income coming in from your business. But while doing all that, make sure certain things are in place and others you have thought of and are working on. What is your business strategy? That is, how do you intend to position your business to sell to your target market? The business strategy is how you develop and position your business for success. For example, are you a commodity business? Who is your target market? Everyone? Where will you find them? Especially in enough numbers to sell to them quickly, effectively, and efficiently. Open marketplaces? How do you position your business in the market to attract the customers you want, and how much can you afford? Can you afford a full retail space, or a kiosk, a push cart maybe? Or do you sell out of the back of your car to start with? Or are you an upmarket luxury business? Where do you find customers who want and can afford your products or services? Upscale supermarkets and malls? Or personalized one-on-one marketing? How do you position your business? Maybe you have to look, dress, and speak the part to be able to approach and sell to your target market. These are the things you have to think of and understand to be able to develop a successful business strategy. As previously noted, your business strategy should be dynamic and should evolve with the times. Operations. Operations. How do you develop, make, get your product or service, package it, market and sell, and then deliver it to your target market? Operations will make or break any business. If your operations are not sound, effective, and efficient, that is, doing the right things at the right time and for the right results, then you better pack it up and call it a day now. Because it's one thing to market and sell your products and services to your customers, but you also have to develop, package, and deliver to them too, on time and at the agreed upon price. If not, you'll have some very unhappy customers who may not buy from you again and may even give you bad reviews publicly, causing other potential customers to shy away from your business. Sometimes people wonder why they are not selling, especially when they have tested the market before, and they do not realize that it's not because people do not want their product or service, because they do, and it's not because the price is not right, because it is, but it's because the product or service is not made well, it's not packaged well, and it's not delivered on time, making it unattractive and of low quality. Mediocre succeeds not because it is better than excellence, but because it delivers more than excellence. The right price. How much should you sell your product or service for? How much can you sell your product or service for? How much does it cost to make? How much do you want to make? First, whatever price point you sell at must be enough to cover both fixed and variable costs completely. If not, you'll lose money. Second, there should be enough of a markup between cost and price so you pay yourself a decent profit. Third, the markup should be large enough to pay you more than you will earn at a job doing similar work and at your level. Why? Because if you're just making enough after cost to pay yourself the same salary, then please shut down your business and go and get a job. Because for the same amount of money, you'll be doing far less work than while running your own business. Bottom line, you need to set the price so that you make enough to cover all your costs and to pay yourself more than the equivalent salary. To set the right price, you have to know your cost and account for all your costs, fixed and variable, your total cost. Everything spent to set up the business, keep it going, and to grow and expand the business is a cost or expense attributable to the business and must be recovered from revenue. It's important to note that you will make more as you grow over time and as you sell more. But for each unit sold, cover your unit costs. Your break-even point is the point at which revenue is just enough to cover total cost, after which more revenue becomes pure profit. That's when your business starts to make money for you. Marketing. How will people know about you, your business, and what you're selling? You have to market your products and services to your target market. There are different aspects of marketing and also different ways to market. Starting with your brand. Your personal and organizational brand should be aligned for more effectiveness. We talk about branding in another presentation called Develop Your Brand. You attract your customers through your business logo and slogan, so you should put them on all your marketing materials, like your business cards, your website, packaging, so customers come to know and recognize your business and your brand. They remember your product and services and your business, and if they want them, they will buy them. Target marketing includes sending out notification messages like SMS messages or newsletters and flyers periodically to your customers and potential customers, either electronically or non-electronically or both. Customers can sign up and share with family, friends, and networks, so the word spreads. But because you're sending information to customers, and because these days there's so much information overload, some solicited and much more unsolicited, You should be careful what you send, how often you send it, and to whom. You should only send to those who have agreed to receive your message, and you should provide an option to unsubscribe. Don't send too frequently. 1 to 3 times a week is ideal. However, if your products change daily, depending on what you're offering, like daily deals and promotions, you may have to send even more often, but manage it. Social media marketing is yet another type of marketing. With the advent of social media and with how many people are on it, it's almost foolhardy and impossible to ignore this type of marketing. Social media includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, blogs, WhatsApp, BBM, and so on. But for any and every type of marketing, it is important to first affirm where your customers are and what medium you should use to reach them. There is no point marketing on Facebook if most of your target market are not on Facebook. It will be a waste of resources, money, time, and effort. Make sure you know where your target market is and how best to reach them before you go wasting your startup money. How often you market on social media can also be tailored to when your target market is on the social media and how often. You can also use social media for passive advertising. For example, create a Facebook page connected with the other media, Twitter and Instagram, and upload the occasional updates. Other types of marketing employ traditional media such as newspapers, radio, and television. Website. Now, in this day and age, I think every business needs to have a website, or at least an online page. This, at the very least, will serve as your business card on the internet so people can search for and find you, even if you're a roadside mechanic. Basic information such as business name, brand, slogan, logo, products and services offered, contact information, customers, customer reviews, etc. should be included. Your website is a marketing tool. You can simply create a Facebook page or register a blog or develop a website. Start simply and grow as you expand. Include as much information as you want, but all the information should be targeted at potential customers with the ultimate goal of getting them to continue to patronize you or to patronize you. Questions and answers. You have just been listening to How to Start and Run Your Own Business, Part 1, part of the How to Business series, brought to you by Good Deeds Africa. Listen to How to Start and Run Your Own Business, Part 2 for the rest of the presentation. We hope you find it helpful, and we wish you every luck in starting and running your own business. You can contact us with questions or for help. We are personal and professional coaches and business consultants with over 17 years corporate experience across Africa, Europe, and North America. Our contact information is Good Deeds Africa. Our email is info@gooddeedsafrica.org. Our website is www.gooddeedsafrica.org. Our YouTube channel is Arabale Limited. That's ARABALE Limited. Our Facebook page is Good Deeds Africa. Thank you for listening.